going to give the gentle warning right now that if you are working, if you are at the office, maybe don't listen to this out loud, put the headphones on. I will try to censor this as much as possible, but I grew up as a Pentecostal child, so who is to say what kind of words I will be using to filter out some of what you will be hearing here today? But I saw this. I don't have a low libido, I just don't like my husband. And I said, I gotta read this out loud with some strangers. So I'm bringing it here and we're gonna talk about it. For those of you who don't know who I am, hello, my name is Shayna. I'm a journalist. I talk a lot about decentering, my child-free living on here in my real tippity typer's job. I am a journalist in the food and beverage industry. There we go. Sorry, raging ADHD and mildly dehydrated. There is still a heat wave here in the New York City area. Now, I would love for you to like, share, subscribe. I think I said that, can't remember, but let's dive into this. I don't have a low libido. I just don't like my husband. My husband, 39 male, and I, 26 female, had a great canoodling life. I think I'm allowed to say sex. I feel like that's fine. When we first got together. After I had our daughter 4 years ago, it quickly declined and has never recovered. We only have sex about once a week, sometimes more frequently, sometimes less, never going more than 2 weeks without me getting him off in some way. Oh, she doesn't sound like she enjoys this at all. I don't even like the way that was worded. Some of the time he will initiate it and I will just get him off or have sex to make him happy. Yikes. I don't even want to be intimate anymore. He's reciprocated to get me off maybe 3 times in the last 4 years. I'm so sorry. The only physical attention I get from him involves groping, dry humping, trying to put a finger. I don't like the way this is worded. It sounds so surgical, or pinching my nips, which I hate. Honestly, I wouldn't enjoy that either. And I have expressed to him many times, oh, so he actively doesn't listen to you also. Yeah, this is all just terrible sounding. Even if our kid is in the same room, jail, men deserve jail time. So much jail time, I'm so sorry. No hugs, kisses, holding hands, or any kind of physical intimacy that's not sexual. I don't like this man. Almost any time our kid is not in the room, he will literally whip his dongle out at me, including when I'm trying to go to the bathroom, and often puts it on my... Your husband sounds disgusting. Your husband sounds like he needs to be dipped in sanitizer and like just let to sit there. He sounds crusty in a spiritual sense. At some point I flinch, right, I think we all do. When he goes to touch me, oh, that's also justified, especially when I'm trying to do something like cook or clean, which makes him furious because I know he's just going to grope or pinch my nips. We are right here. Well, technically right over there. His hygiene is terrible. We could tell. And he brushes his teeth less often than we have sex. And rarely wears deodorant. He's also a smoker, which didn't bother me initially, but with everything else, it's starting to gross me out. He needs to be hosed down from a distance, like put him in a corner and call the fire department. Your husband sounds disgusting. After 2 to 3 days without me getting him off, I wouldn't even want to touch. Like the social distancing, please. You should touch him with gloves if you must touch him, like what you use to scrub the dishes. Grimy. He gets extremely agitated, constantly snaps at me, and literally yells and cusses at our child over every little thing. I don't understand the draw. I'm sorry, I'm trying to stay focused. I'm really trying to stop doing these tangents. I have to have an emotional connection with somebody to want to sleep with them, and him treating our child poorly is a huge turnoff. On top of that, he doesn't work. Trashes the house and doesn't clean up after himself or our kid, and has turned our entire patio into his personal ashtray. He dreads doing anything but smoking weed and cigarettes and playing games and watching TV. The horror story continues here. When we first got together, we would go hiking, swimming, take trips, etc. Was he brushing his teeth then? I don't know. But now I can barely get him out of the house without causing a fight. Yet, if I want to do anything by myself or with the kid, he jokingly accuses me of cheating. Oh my God. Okay. He constantly mopes about how I don't give him enough sex and says he thinks I'm asexual. For a while, I started to believe him and feel like a failure of a wife. Please don't do that with a man that is literally Oscar. He lives in a garbage can. But I'm realizing that that's not the case at all. Meanwhile, he continues to act like I'm some terrible witch that just wants to withhold sex to make him miserable. Not like I care. Not like I take care of him in literally every other way and still force myself to get him off while getting nothing in return. I don't see the point. I don't see the point. What's the point? Why get married why stay married if this is, ma'am, you are better off as a single mother. That would be a heaven on earth. You would be living in a vacation if you were a single mother as opposed to this reality. I know she said that they had a great intimate life before they had their child, and now I don't know, just oogas at her with his schlongel out. But this actually sounds like torture. This sounds like something that they should, that this sounds Guantanamo. This sounds like, I was Jesus, this sounds like something that sounds like something that would bring me back to church. I would have to lay this before the Lord. To be stinky, to not work. He don't even bring in money. He's stinky. He doesn't bring in money. He's a bad father. He's bad at sex. What? When I say what is the draw, there's some women where like you're with a man, it's like, oh, I get it, he's pretty. Oh, I get it, he makes good money. Oh, I get it, he's a good father, right? Oh, I get it, he's inserts a. What's the draw? Because it can't just be, 7 years ago he made me feel good. In this economy. And the fact that he's like, he accuses me of cheating, that always means one of two things. Either it's because that person who's accusing of the cheating is already cheating, or because they know you deserve better. And they also recognize that you're still married to them, but they know that you deserve better, and they know that better is out there. And they know that if you keep existing out there, that you're gonna find it. So just leave and just find the better. And it's a lot of the times the better is just flying solo, because the sea is full of buka fish, just no protein, all bones, brains the size of a half. You know how the Lord said, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, imagine if the brain, the whole brain, both hemispheres, was the size of one whole mustard seed. That's a buka fish. See, it's full of them. They eat their own tails and they poop incessantly. It's just one giant GI tract. Ladies, just stand up. Just stand up. And if you can't stand up, then wheel away. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Talk to y'all later. Bye.